Please, we've got a couple of microphones, so raise your hand and we'll start with questions, please.
What was that like, considering the entirety of the build-up for this, for you, for a decade, more or less?
No, it was truly amazing to have, all my Puerto Rican people flying out from Puerto Rico coming to support me. I felt like Tito Trinidad, Miguel Cotto, this is their home. And have all the Irish people out there, even if they were boring me, it was just a great turnaround. It was just an amazing feeling, and we had two women main eventing a sold-out MSG. Who would have thought that? We had two great champions going out there and giving it their all, and the crowd was truly amazing.
It looked like you kind of took everything. Did that moment almost overwhelm you for a second? Like, what's going through your head in that specific moment? You never experienced it.
No, I was lucky my last two fights being the co-main event with Jake Paul, and I was able to experience that. But this time it was me, and I was told to enjoy every minute of it, and that's what I did. I just took it all in. And in the fight, you block out the crowd. You really don't hear it. I just hear my corner. Even though I could in this fight because the crowd was too loud. I couldn't even hear my sister or Jordan. It was amazing. But I'm super honored to be here to have shared the ring with Katie Taylor, a true champion, and to share my team. I'm truly thankful for my trainer, Jordan Maldonado, for not accepting the first fight in 2020. Because look what we made now. We made history. We made the best purse that women have made. The piece of Jake Paul MVP promotion. I am super proud to be on their team. I hope they're proud of me. I put on everything out there that I could. But it is what it is.
We're very proud.
Thank you, Amanda, for a great fight. I really appreciate it. You're a true champion, and you did very well for the women of boxing, making history. And if we want to come after you, will be second. You shut it down the season alongside Katie. So my question is, can you tell us a little about the result? Do you think you won the fight? Do you think Katie won it? What is your feeling about this?
You know what? I really don't know. I'm in there. Of course, every fighter is gonna say that they think they won the fight, but I have to sit and watch the fight again. Maybe not. I don't like to watch my fights, but I don't know. It was a great fight. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put on a great fight to show that women can fight, we can sell, and I'm glad that I put on a performance. I gave it what I had tonight. And it is what it is.
First of all, congrats, Amanda. It was an amazing performance. I've been in a lot of fights at the Garden. I've never heard it as loud as that. This is the Mecca. It's also home to the largest school district in the country, one of the largest school districts in the world, the DOE. We got millions of children here that hopefully tomorrow will wake up reading news about what happened here tonight. What do you think this can mean for all of the young boys and especially girls here in New York City and beyond, that such an event took place here and that you were at the forefront of that?
No, it means everything. I always said that if it wasn't for me, I want to continue to open the doors for young girls in the sport. I never thought that I was going to be here making history, making the amount of money that we make. That was never thought it. I always said it was for the newer generation, but I'm glad that I got to see it. And I'm always going to perform like a champion. I'm always going to, win, lose, or draw, I'm always going to represent myself as a woman, as a champion, as a professional. That's what I do, I just hope that tomorrow they have hope and they can say, we can do that as well. We put on a show. We're true champions. Both me and Katie Taylor are true champions, and we're humble fighters, and man, I'm just so excited that young girls have two great role models that they can look up to and want to be like.
And maybe over there, in the fifth round, I think everybody in the arena thought he was about to get Katie out of there. And in the sixth, you were really able to follow up, and it seemed like you were get on there again. Did you just run out of time, run out of steam? What kind of went wrong where you weren't able to pretty much close the show?
You know, Katie Taylor, she's a tough fighter. You know, she's a natural 135-pounder. I'm coming up 126. From 126 to once again, I went up 2 divisions to Katie Taylor. So she, you know, she's a strong fighter. She's a tough, she's a warrior. She's Irish, and I mean, she was able to hold, to go the rest, and withstand the power and come back. I mean,
Amanda over here. First off, congratulations. Fight of the year thus far. My question to you is, you seem to play cat and mouse with Katie all night. Was the game plan for you to pressure her and fight in the pocket?
yeah, definitely was. You know, maybe she kind of bolted on the pressure, so that's what we were trying to do. But this fight, you know, I guess she did a little bit still, but yeah, that's the game plan, to go out and give it to her. Let her feel my power.
Amanda, well done on your performance. There was talk in the ring afterwards about a rematch. First of all, are you interested in a rematch?
You know, I'm gonna let the team do that. You know, I'm still a champion at featherweight, so we'll see. We'll see.
And can I ask Jake, is there a possibility that if there's a rematch, would you be prepared to come to Ireland to fight it?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, obviously that's up to Amanda. But I think everyone wants to see a rematch, and you know they came to New York City, so if there is a rematch, I think it makes sense for the team to go to Ireland.
It was an amazing fight, man. I see no losers here. I think, you know, they came out in the 10 was you won. It was a huge build-up, and it couldn't went any other way. It was a back-and-forth fight. Both girls were good battered, but that's what you guys paid for. That's what everybody wanted. You wanted the number 1 and 2 best in the world. You got that, and, you know, Katie deserves another fight. If she wants to do it, we'll go to Ireland. We'll go right away.
And I can tell you of the island, like doing that, it's like 7 fights already. I already took about 5 years. That's the loudest priority.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yo soy una boricua orgullosa de corazón, and I wanted to get my island back, but I won't.
Amanda, the idea of fighting in Ireland, what's that? You're just in front of me, right in front of you. What's the idea of fighting in Ireland do for you? You know, you said that you actually appreciate the Irish fans coming out and being so passionate. What's the idea of fighting in a stadium full of them sound like to you?
Well, I think I would have to be a little more mentally prepared for that one. That would be something cool. But you know, they saw the first fight, so they know I'm not just I'm not an easy fight. I'm not easy work. So they know, and they see what happened tonight, and they know it's not going to be a walk in the park again.
Part of the conversation for this fight was the idea of 3-minute rounds. I think tonight, you know, we would love to see you in there as long as we could. Would you like to maybe change it up for the rematch, or do you think it's better to have the fight the same parameters as it was tonight?
You know what? It's up to the team. I mean, I'm up for everything. 23 minutes, 12, 8 hours sparring, 18 rounds. So it's up to the team. If the money is great again, then we'll do it.
Maybe Jake can answer.
Yeah, I was sitting next to Eddie during the fight. We were both scoring the fight together as the rounds went on. We both were sitting there saying, hey, this needs to be 3-minute rounds next time.
And actually for you, Jacob, I think it got a little bit changed, but there was a bet with Eddie, right? So what is the status of that bet?
He backed out of the bet yesterday. Yeah, and he said that illegally he couldn't do it for some reason. So now I think we're gonna try to figure some bet out to help charity, but we're gonna figure that out behind the scenes. And obviously I lost the bet, but no, it's don't even you're literally amazing, Amanda Serrano. You inspire me. I admire you, and regardless, you put up a hell of a fight. You know, obviously. We didn't get the result we wanted, but we're standing behind you. Most valuable promotion as always. We're a family, and we're gonna go get the next one in Ireland.
Double or nothing for that one, Eddie.
Yeah, why not?
And last thing for me, I saw you had a bit of back and forth with Conor McGregor online. Just your thoughts about that and the fact he's paying attention to tonight's fight.
You know, it is what it is. I mean, of course, Conor's watching. You know, to support Katie. And yeah, we have a little bit of banter back and forth, but you know, of course he always has something to say, but he doesn't really have a place to talk, right? He doesn't want to fight in 5 years. Dana owns him, and I'm the one that got Katie Taylor a big payday, and that's his hero. So, you know, Conor McGregor's not tall enough to ride a roller coaster, and I feel bad for him, and he's ducking me. So we'll get that settled one day.
Jake, over here, just to your right. Can I get your initial thoughts on the fight? I mean, you tweeted it out, but now that you've had some time to think about it, what were your thoughts on the fight?
I don't even want to talk about my opinion. Obviously, I think it was at least a draw, but what I'll say publicly is Eddie and I were sitting there at the end of the fight like, oh, that's probably a draw. And then I'm in the ring before the decision gets announced, and Katie's manager / trainer that was in the corner comes up to me and goes, that's a draw. That's a draw. So even Katie's team was like, yeah, that's a draw. And then obviously the judges have it the way they scored it. I come back to the locker room, I'm chilling in the back locker room. The girl who sang the Irish national anthem comes up to me, is like, hey, can I have a picture? Amanda won that fight, by the way, we all know it. She sang the national anthem for Ireland. So screw my opinion. Those are 3 stories right there that everyone says it's a draw or that Amanda won the fight.
Okay, Amanda, hi. If we just take you back to those middle rounds again. Your approach from the first bell in the first round right through was always go forward, attack, and relentless pressure that you put on Katie. Do you think, in a sense, by the time you had a chance to finish her off, maybe you would fade a little bit as well? So would it be a case where if you had a rematch with Katie, you may have to rethink your tactics slightly just to maybe conserve more energy when to take advantage of the power when you do land?
No, actually, you know, I train her, so you know that's a question about for me. Katie's a tough fighter. You know, we've seen Katie in the trenches. We saw Katie in the trenches with Delphine Pursoon. You know, when you're tough, you're tough. You know what I'm saying? When you can endure, when you're coming in here, you have Ireland, you have the whole country behind you. You know, that's what both girls did. They performed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, the idea of boxing as a trainer, it's not always to train your fighter harder, but smarter. You know what I'm saying? Both girls were in great condition. Both girls in the 10th round, they were going toe to toe. It looked like it was the first round, right or wrong, you know? So, you know, it's a thing where if you do too much, you know, you're like, oh, you should have done enough. And if you don't do enough, then it's like, hey, you didn't do enough, you know what I'm saying? But the truth is, like I said, you had 2 warriors there. You had 2 one number 1 and number 2 in there. And it didn't matter, you know, what they did, what strategy, you know, the outcome was going to be 2 warriors giving it all they had. I'm super proud of my fighter. She did everything she was supposed to. She sparred. She's a smaller woman, you know what I'm saying? We weighed 133 pounds yesterday. Today we walked in there the same exact weight, which is the same thing that happened in our previous fight. We fought Miriam Gutierrez. We weighed 134 the day of the fight. She weighed 160. So at the end of the day, you know, you could only do with what you have, and you know, I don't think that was the case. I was just thinking the case is that, you know, Amanda hit her really hard, and Katie Taylor's a really, really tough woman, and she was able to endure and withstand.
Amanda.
I mean, she was feeling great. You know, every time, you know, I have a dialogue with my fighter, we sit together and we talk, and you know, Amanda felt great.
Amanda,
Two more questions, guys.
Four Corners Boxing Fight Night. Thanks, congratulations. Though you didn't get the victory, congratulations on a historic night and much respect always. You started off hot. You had a great start to it. It was looking like a stoppage was on the way, and then Katie came on late in the fight. Did you feel her power coming on late, or was it just a little gas? What happened towards 8, 9, and 10?
Well, I mean, when you're in there, it's you're in a fight. So, and Katie's like my trainer said, she's a warrior. So I guess she was ready for it. But yeah, I mean, I was good. I trained hard and I was good. But she just moves held the punches. I mean.
I just want to tell you how very proud I am. You know, I've seen you come from making $1,500 a fight. You know, you already know.
You were part of our team, absolutely.
Always,
You still are part of our
always,
team.
always. But my question is really for I wanted to give kudos hitting on you. You know, not really joke. And I want to give you kudos for just like really boxing serious. I don't know what's going on with the mic, but for your first fighter to be a woman, for your first fighter to be a woman, I'm giving you kudos for that. But my question to you is really like, is this something that you want to continue doing? Do you see yourself signing other women and promoting more fights going forward with other fighters, or is this like just like a one-off for you?
No, for sure. This is the start of my promoting career alongside of Nikisa, and we want to continue to push women's boxing forward. And Amanda Serrano is helping us do that. You know, she still has a long way to go. She's a superstar now, selling out the Garden, so she has a lot more money to grab off the table. We got to go run it back with Katie if that's what she wants to do. And yeah, maybe we can start adding more people to the roster as we scale and grow the most valuable promotions team.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Fight of the year, no questions asked. No questions asked. Huh? That's a take. It has a debate though. It's definitely up there. Tell him.
Katie will be here in about 5 minutes.
Always good. Go. Do you have your stand?
No. My stand didn't help yesterday. No, it locked. Yeah, I don't know why it does that, but it locks. No. So YouTube Live locks it. Yeah. Can you actually hold this? I'm gonna go onto our YouTube and I'm gonna comment back to them.
Stevenson beats Oscar Valdez, unanimous decision. Mention the rematch too. Okay.
1, 2. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, 1, 2.
Okay, guys, she's on her way, so you can take a seat. Thank you.
You? No.
For the main so I can report. So, if you're trying to they say, you need to be getting
What they want to do.
very quickly. We missed the world, because we managed to get the domestic one here, and then we're probably going to have to put another one upstairs. Oh no, once we finish it, because I think it's coming out. It should be done by Monday. No, it should be one that's correct. So, there'll be 6. We want to do 6K. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's the world, domestic. Oh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for waiting. It was a tough fight. Katie's been stitched up, I think Amanda as well, and I know she's already spoken. There's a lot of you, and we're very grateful for that. We're not going to stay too long because, as I said, Katie had a very tough fight. But firstly, I just want to thank Madison Square Garden, the Zone, all the media for just the most incredible night. You know, we billed this as the biggest female fight of all time. And it became one of the biggest fights in boxing today, but what you witnessed was one of the greatest fights, I believe, in the history of Madison Square Garden. And both women deserve so much credit, and I think now, to be honest, is the night that we stop talking about women's and men's boxing, just boxing, because that was one of the best fights I've ever witnessed live. So congratulations to Katie Taylor, and we're going to go to the floor for questions. Jake Donovan, I believe.
Hey, Katie, congratulations, incredible. Everyone, it's fight of the year, just probably the event of the year. For you, you became the undisputed champion in this building 3 years ago. I know you were displeased with your performance. How important was it for you to deliver a career-defining performance tonight?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is always to come out as a winner, regardless of how I performed, whether or not. So, yeah, tonight was just fantastic. I had to dig deep in there tonight. I had to produce a career-defining performance after win tonight. And what an amazing champion Amanda is as well. A phenomenal fighter, and we definitely got the best out of each other tonight. That's for sure. Well, everyone was talking about it coming into this fight. It was the biggest fight in women's boxing history, but I think it actually exceeded everything that people were talking about this week. And yeah, just even walking out to the ring today, just looking at the packed stadium, unbelievable stuff. It was absolutely special moments. The best night of my career for sure. I wasn't sure if anything could reach my Olympic gold medal moment, but tonight was absolutely the best moment of my career. Yeah.
So, all three judges had you winning the final 3 rounds to pull out the victory. Did you sense that you needed those 3 rounds to win this?
Yeah, I came back and I guess that's what was my corner saying I needed the championship rounds, and I did what I had to do. I showed the champion's heart in there, as I always do. I think time and time again, I always show that champion's heart when I need to. And I dug deep when I needed to tonight. I was in the trenches again tonight, and those are career-defining moments for sure.
Katie, Sean Bone here. Congrats. Already the Serrano team are here. They're only going for 10 minutes. And they're more or less said they'd come to Dublin for the return.
Yeah.
Eddie, what do you think? They all agreed they would prepare to come to Dublin. Will you give a return? But
me?
Well, you're the boss.
Katie gives a return.
Will you, Katie?
I mean, I think, talk about a rematch first. You'd be interested in, and I'll talk about that.
Absolutely. We all want to see the best versus the best, and Yeah, I mean, absolutely. A rematch would be absolutely phenomenal. And if it was in Dublin, we could sell out Crow Park, I would say 90,000 people. So that would be unbelievable. But we see something special here tonight. Imagine flying in front of 80 or 90,000 people in Crow Park. Absolutely, that can happen.
There you go.
Will you organise that?
Yeah, cool. So.
He is my promoter.
She's still left, unless you know something I don't know.
50 years ago, Muhammad Ali fought Crow Park.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a tremendous survivor on that Crow Park.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, that felt like Crow Park tonight. I mean, it was just incredible. And I'm not sure we'll get as many travelling Puerto Ricans, but you know, it would always, and it has always been on our minds, and would feel a big shame if she didn't get a chance to fight in Ireland, you know, during her career. So if we could do that, you know, and back end of the summer, I said there's, you know, a tough fight. She's going to need some rest. Not too much rest, knowing Katie, but certainly on the mind of us all.
Where did you find the strength or whatever it was to come back after round 5 when you did ship? Probably more punishment than that rather than in your entire career.
How did I come back?
Yeah, like where did you get the courage and the strength to come back?
I think the courage and the strength comes back in those moments just purely from the hard work that I actually put in training camp over the last few months. It's in those moments that the hard work pays off in training. I don't just show courage on fight night, I show courage every single day, training day after day after day, in hard spars, week after week. And that's exactly why you train hard for those moments when you actually are in the trenches.
She's just built different. She got balls of steel.
Katie.
I don't know what he's
Katie over here. Yeah.
Hi.
A couple things. First, like you're talking about the 5th round, did Amanda do something or change anything up in the 4th and 5th, or 5th and 6th to really be able to get in and land more shots than she had been doing the first few rounds?
I don't think she did anything differently. I just probably stood there a bit too long myself, probably, and just made it into a bit of a terror, but as I always do, unfortunately. I think I was boxing very, very well obviously in the earlier round, and I just got stuck just in a fight with her. Well, yeah, I can't say that she did anything differently. I just love a terror every now and then.
And you talked about how you felt maybe tonight even exceeded expectations. Was there a moment, like when you look back at everything, whether it was the walk-up, whether it was the walk-in, anything like that made you say, whoa, this is something different?
I think even at the weigh-in yesterday, I did not expect to have a weigh-in of that magnitude even. You're seeing all the Puerto Rican fans, all the traveling Irish fans, seeing all the Puerto Rican flags and the Irish fans around the place. The atmosphere even yesterday for the weigh-in was unbelievable. It was like something like an Anthony Joshua weigh-in or Canelo weigh-in. I never experienced anything like that throughout my professional career, and then just selling at Madison Square Garden here tonight. Just the atmosphere is amazing. Tonight was just very, 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 very special. I don't know what else to say.
Do you feel like you elevated your sport tonight?
Absolutely, yeah. Tonight, we were saying before that at Madison Square Garden, you're thinking Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. People will absolutely be talking about myself and Amanda Serrano for years and years to come. This is a history-making fight, and I definitely live up to that expectation.
Kate, you just looked when you were coming out that you were sort of taking everything in. What was going through your mind when you came out and you seen the crowd and all those Irish flags? It must have been an extremely proud moment.
Oh, incredible. I just want to thank all the Irish people for actually travelling over. What the support was unbelievable. Thanks, Eddie. I think every fight I've had, the support has been incredible. But tonight was very, very special, both for myself and Amanda. We represent our nations very, very proudly. Just seeing so many Irish flags, so the support was just incredible. I did pick the song, yeah. Yeah, yeah, as Ross was telling me before, we walked out just to soak it and enjoy the occasion, and that's exactly what I was trying to do there.
Katie,
Thank you so much.
What have been the main difficulties to get to this point? And also, how does it feel? What does it mean to you to now be an inspiration to so many women with big dreams, and especially young girls?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best part about this journey, isn't it? Being able to inspire young girls, inspire the next generation, and I think both myself and Amanda have broken down so many barriers over the last few years in our sport, and I guess we're both winners in a certain way. Tonight, just what we actually did, what we actually achieved, absolutely is going to inspire a lot of young girls after that fight.
Casey, a magnificent performance, and it was actually, Casey over here, and actually genuinely moving to watch you and Amanda was fantastic. Easy for us to say on the outside, but it went so quickly. And I felt like 2 minute rounds just don't do justice to fighters of your magnitude. Do you feel a time is now to move up to 3 minute rounds?
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually know what the right answer to that is.
There's pros and cons to either time, you know, it's like I don't know if now's the time to decide, but I don't want to be flexible, we just had 20 minutes to cool the water.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, the one thing that I think is help women's boxing is the fast-paced nature of the fight. And I don't think you'd get that same fast pace. I do think you may see more stoppages, but I don't think you see the same intensity over the 3 minutes. So I've always felt that while we're introducing the audience to women's boxing over 2 minutes, it's fast-paced, it's exciting, it's working. And when you watch that fight tonight, yeah, would it have been better over 3 minutes? Maybe, maybe not. But I don't know, it's a tough call. I do think eventually at some point, I don't think all women's boxing should be over 3 minute rounds. But, you know, tonight you saw a fantastic product, and it was a 2 minute round product. But I always think we should always look at trying to evolve in some way.
I got one for Eddie and one for Katie. First of all, Eddie, don't underestimate how much more we can travel, because I've been to Vegas and they go all the way, so don't underestimate it.
Yeah, but there was about 6,000 Irish tonight. I think you do well to have 600.
And we're making jokes. If Amanda goes to Ireland and she beats Katie, the third one has to be for
Puerto Rico, okay.
And for Katie, one of the judges even gave the fifth round 10-8. Was there any thought after that round, because you seem to be pretty hurt at that round? To your credit, you took a second win, and how hurt were you?
I don't think I was as hurt as people may think, but no, I wasn't worried. I obviously knew it was a tough round for me, and I knew that was Amanda's round, but I wasn't going back concerned or anything. I knew that I was okay, I was stable, coming back to the corner, and I just had to regroup, reset, and I actually won the next round after that. So, yeah, I mean, I regardless of whether it was a tough round for me or not, I always come back and show the heart that I need to actually come through.
Eddie, what's the status of your bet with Jake?
Oh, well, I'd love to sit here and Billy Big Balls and go, he can keep it, but we were actually advised that as promoters we shouldn't be betting on our own fights, which I feel dreadful about now, because it would have been beautiful to take $1 million off him, but and give it, I would just like to say I was 100% giving it to you, 100%, you know. But we were coming up with something else for charity, but yeah, it was just nice to beat him, to be honest with you, because genuinely, money aside, it would have been really difficult to take.
Katie,
would it have been the same for you? Difficult to take if you had to lose to Team Paul?
Oh, well, every loss is difficult to take, isn't it? I'm very, very competitive. I come in here to want to be the best. I came into this fight knowing that this was a career-defining fight, and it would have been very, very disappointing if I didn't come out victorious, and I was going to do everything that I could to actually win tonight.
Katie, your hands were, I gotta say, the fastest I've probably ever seen them. Was that a focus in camp coming into this one?
I wouldn't say it was a focus, I just have fast hands.
Katie, congratulations. Sorry.
Sorry.
You took by any female party before, because on a couple of the rounds in the center of it, your legs buckled a little bit, you kind of kept your composure and came back, and you mentioned it was very fast down.
Wrong thing to say to Katie Taylor.
I don't know.
Yeah, wrong thing to say.
I think it was more of a balancing rather than actually my legs buckled on.
Or the shots you were taking to the head, were they very strong shots?
Yeah,
female before?
she was definitely a hard puncher for sure, but I have a great chin, so yeah, I wasn't concerned going into the fight, but definitely she's known to be a big puncher, isn't she? So yeah.
Katie, can I just ask you, you've achieved, oh very sorry, Katie, congratulations. You've achieved everything you've ever set out to achieve, really all your dreams. Have you ever thought about walking away the moment that you will walk away, or is that fight in Dublin the one thing that's keeping you going?
Yeah, I mean, I have no plans of retiring right now. I love my sport. I love fighting, and I just want to keep making history. I want to keep doing what I'm doing, I guess.
And on a separate note, what do you do tomorrow and over the next few days? What are you looking forward to doing?
I'm just looking forward to not getting punched in the face for a few weeks. Yeah, I'm just going to take it easy with the family. That they're all over here, so I'm just going to relax with them for the day. But an amazing night for myself and my family. We're just absolutely over the moon. The biggest night in my career. Yeah.
Katie, bar a Serrano rematch, is there any other fights that you'd like to take part in the future?
There's definitely no shortage of big fights, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think the great thing about Amanda and Katie is they needed each other to find that fight of that magnitude. Katie's been involved in some big fights, but obviously that was the biggest. And you know, there's going to be a lot of people that would be interested in seeing a rematch. She's got all the belts. She'll continue to call the shots, and you know, myself, Brian, and Ross, and everyone will talk about the future. I know Madison Square Garden have already said to me, please bring the rematch back here in September, October. Obviously we've got Ireland to consider as well, and you know, I think tonight was just about getting a win and letting everything else fall into place after that. Couple more guys, because Katie's, yeah.
Christy Martin, but I think it's safe to say that nobody should be compared to Katie Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, they're great champions. I think when you look at what Katie has done, from the amateur game to the Olympics, you know, to how she's opened so many doors. And I actually said on social media tonight, I said, she's paved the way for so many people, but tonight is about herself. But Katie's very selfless. She wants to inspire the next generation without actually realising that these moments are what she's worked for and she's created. And that was nice about the ring walk tonight, because a lot of the time she's been on the coattails of other shows. You know, when she boxed Bassoon here, she was on the Anthony Joshua card. Tonight they were all here for her. And it was the first time really I've seen her walk out and sort of soak it up. And she deserved that moment, because it's nice to give to others, it's nice to pave the way for others, but you should also be very proud of what you've achieved when you achieve what Katie Taylor has.
You spoke of this fight. I think it actually exceeded what you said. I asked you to compare it to Joshua Ruiz. The noise here was even greater than that fight. Is it possible to make an even bigger event here in New York? I'm thinking Yankee Stadium is a possibility for Katie.
I mean, look, who knows? I mean, tonight, when Joel Fisher and the tremendous team at MSG said, we have to take this to the bigger room, I was a little bit nervous. You know, I knew it would do well. I didn't know it would sell it out, but you're right. One thing that people keep talking about tonight was the noise. Not just how many people were there, but the noise and the passion. And that's what makes a great event. Luckily enough, I've promoted 2 events at Madison Square Garden in the main arena. One was Joshua Reeves, which hurt badly, but was still an event that people said, we'll remember that for the rest of our lives. And tonight, Katie gave us a fight that everyone will remember again for the rest of their lives. And as a promoter, you can't ask for more, that people leave the arena getting value for money, but also having memories that they'll remember forever. And Katie and Amanda gave us those memories tonight.
Drake Paul was earlier saying that after the fight, he actually said it was a draw. You said to him personally that it was a draw. Is that true?
No, I said to him after 8 rounds that it could be 4-4. I thought Katie won the fight 6-4, to be honest with you. But to be honest, like, sometimes when a fight's close like 6-4, if it is a draw, which I don't think would have been fair to Katie, sometimes you take it on the chin. I mean, I said to Ross said to me, I think we got it, but it's close. You know, we all felt it was a close fight. But when it's also 6-4, it can be 7-3, which was what one of the judges gave it. So if you want to go either way. But Jake also said that it was a robbery on social media, and he didn't know who won the fight when he got in the ring. So, I mean, sometimes he doesn't know where he is, to be honest with you. But on a serious note, like, away from that, thank you to MVP. They have brought a lot to this event, and they've worked hard for Amanda to make it the spectacle that it was. So, you know, thank you. And thank you to everybody else. And thank you to the undisputed lightweight world champion,
Hello, George. Give me a press conference.